Namaskaraha. This video is about some of the options available on Windows PC or on an Android phone or Android device to type in Sanskrit language. So if you go to Google and type this, search for this Sanskrit Keyboard online, we get many search results. So you can type or you can try any of those options. But one of the options here on the top is Lexi logos. So if you go there and open this box appears here for typing, and it shows the options or the keys which you have to type to get those letters in Devanagari. So if I can use the mouse also to click and get that letter here, or I can also use directly the keyboard like here they have shown here. To get this K, I can use KA while typing here. If I type only K, then that K Vyanjana appears there. But if I type KA, it turns into K. If I type KAA, it turns into Ka, and so on. So this is an easy keyboard, a very phonetic keyboard, and what key you have to type on your keyboard to get that letter is also shown here. And you can type here and you can copy paste this to you can copy this and paste it to your email or wherever you want to paste it. This is one option. But another option which I've been using for a while, some time now, is Google Input Tools. So Google Input Tools, if I search Google Input Tools for Windows, so a lot of again search results appear here. Now you can actually, Google itself is not providing any option for Windows. That Google Input Tools was available before, and now Google has stopped, discontinued that Windows option for Google Input Tools. So there are some third-party websites which provide links to those to download the Google Input Tools for Windows. But be careful, some of those sites may not be safe to visit. So be careful, do your research and download from a dependable website. So I have already downloaded that before, some time back, when it was still available from Google itself. And when I install it, is an exe file, I install it. And when I install it on your Windows, you go to your language settings options, open your Windows settings and search for language in your settings, and this kind of settings screen appears here. So here you can add a language using this add preferred language. I added Sanskritam here. After adding Sanskritam, I click on that and I go to options. So here there is an add keyboard option. Now you can add a keyboard which comes with Windows and using which you can type Devanagari script. But using that option, I found it very cumbersome to type because it was not phonetic. It was some other format like InScript or something else which I am not comfortable with. So after installing that Google Input Tools from Google, so this option appears here. This Google Input Tools option appears here under keyboards. So I can select that. And now once you do that, you can just close this settings. And now what happens is at the bottom here on your status bar, on the Windows status bar, an option appears here. It's called So here you see here two options here. One is English, which comes pre-installed with Windows, and this is the one Google Input Tools Keyboard, Sanskrit Keyboard, which was installed. Now what you can do here, you can anywhere wherever this typing is allowed, in that box you can go. And now what you can do here, it shows English. So if I type the key, if I type anything, so it just types it in English because the keyboard setting is in English. If I can turn this into Sanskrit, now what happens is your keyboard acts as a Sanskrit keyboard, which is again phonetic. So again, let's try Bhavati. Okay. So this is now Google Input Tools Sanskrit keyboard is active now. So it is very easy. This is phonetic. So you can. It also gives you some options when I type Bhavati. The top one is Bhavati, and also obviously you can also select Bhavati here. Or if you want to just say Bhavati, you can leave it like that and just press space bar. So it will continue Bhavati. Then to type, say Krishna, I type Krishna. The first option is Krishna. If I want to type a Visarga, I just add H. So it becomes Krishna. So if I want to type Ramaha, so there is an option here, Ramaha. I use my keyboard and select the second option there. So I can keep on doing this, like Asti and Asit. So when I type A-S-E-E-T for Asit, it shows Asita, which is not perfect, but I can select the second one by using the down arrow. So like this, you can use the Sanskrit keyboard. You can switch between the Sanskrit language and English language keyboard between using this option here at the bottom. But also you can use the keyboard shortcut, like you can use the Windows key on your keyboard and space bar to switch between the different languages. You can also install other languages also from Google Input Tools, not only Sanskrit, and you can switch between multiple languages. So I can switch to English using that Windows key and space bar on the keyboard, and then I can continue typing the English, and then again switch to Sanskrit. I can type Sanskritam. So that Sanskritam comes there, and I can select that. If I want the Makara, the Ma Venjanam, I can delete that Nuswara, which was there before, and use Ma. I can type M, and it gives the option here, and I select the second one, Ma. So it becomes Sanskritam. So this is one nice way, easy way, and this keyboard, the Google Input Tools keyboard, which sits as part of Windows system, this can be used in any program on Windows here. For example, this is a Word, MS Word. So in this also I can, since the language is set to Sanskrit here, so I can directly start typing Sanskrit, as you can see here. Anything I can type here. So this is very easy, very convenient. Now I can switch back to English. So I can type it in English. I can switch back to Sanskrit. I can type it in Sanskrit. So this is very easy to do it. However, there is another option. This is Google. This is using Google Input Tools, which is discontinued currently. But if you can find it online and download it safely and install it, this is good. But otherwise, to use, if you are using Google Docs, Google Documents, or Google's any browser-based service like Google Documents, Google Sheets, etc. There is another option. In Google Chrome, you can install an extension and then you can use that extension to type Devanagari script in Google Documents or any of the Google services. So if I type just Google Input Tools and search for Google Input Tools in Google itself, then I type and I get something like this. So here I can use try it out. Yeah. So you can try it out here, but also here at the bottom here you see here install the Chrome extension and for Android devices. Now this is where previously there used to be Windows option. Google discontinued it. So we are left with this Google Chrome option. So if I go here, install Google Chrome extension. So I already installed it. So if you have not installed it, so it will show here, install it. So I already installed it. So when I install it, on the top here, in the corner, in the browser's top bar, you see an option. You see a new option here. It shows Google Input Tools. So this is the extension of Chrome browser. So this you can use only if you are using the Chrome browser and within this like the Google Docs. So what happens here, if you click here, there are options appear here for the Google Chrome extension options. So here also you can install the input keyboard for different languages. So I have selected the Sanskritam, and also keyboard shortcut settings also we can set. So what so this one, what option, what shortcut you want to use to switch between English and Sanskrit. So that also can be used here. You can set here. So I have set here like Alt Shift R. This is the shortcut I have set. Now opening the Google Docs. Now from the Windows I can set back to English, no problem. If you don't have the Google Input Tools, which was previously available for Windows, no need to worry. You can go to Google Docs, install this extension, Google Input Tools extension available for Google Chrome browser, and then you select the Sanskrit language there, and then now you can start typing it in Sanskrit. So for example, currently the extension is not active, so whatever I type it appears in English characters here, letters. Now if I switch this to Sanskrit, okay, so you see here it turns it to blue here, indicating that the extension is active. Now if I type from my keyboard, as you see here, the Sanskrit or Devanagari characters, they start appearing here. So Bhavati or so again here, as you see here, if I type Sanskritam, the the makara, if you want Vyanjanam, that doesn't appear here. No. So again, I leave it as Sanskrit and just use, I type M key on the keyboard and use this Vyanjanam, which appears here, the Sanskritam. So this is another easy way. I can, again, using my shortcut, I can switch back and forth between English and Sanskrit. So Alt Shift R was my shortcut, so I use Alt Shift R, and I type, when I press Alt Shift R, as you see here, the the extension becomes inactive, and whatever I type here comes in the English language. So if I type Alt Shift R again, the extension becomes active, and what I type here appears as Sanskrit. So this is about typing in Devanagari script, that is Sanskrit language, on a Windows PC. Now going back to the Windows device, the Android device, so I'll show you how to install a Sanskrit keyboard here. So Google provides on Android devices, the Google provides Sanskrit keyboard, which is very nice. So open your settings and find where this languages settings is. So different Android systems might have different places where you can find this language option. Now in this, I go to languages, the first one, and languages and key input. So here, do not select the first one, that language is English. This will, if you change the language here, it will change the language for your entire phone, which we do not want. Like using on all your screens everywhere. So which we do not want to do. So here, go to virtual keyboard, the second option, and click on the Gboard. So if you install Gboard, you select that, and in that, the first one is languages. Now, so here currently only English is installed, so I select Add Keyboard, and in that, if you scroll down, this is alphabetically arranged. So scroll down until you see Sanskrit. So this is the Sanskrit. You can see here, I select that. The first one is Sanskrit India, then the Sanskrit Latin. So I select Sanskrit India. And in that, there are two options. One is ABC Sanskritam, and there is second one Sanskrit. So you can use both of them, but the first one, ABC Sanskritam, that one, using English keyboard, you can get these Devanagari letters. So that is also possible. But I select the second one, so I don't prefer the ABC, that keyboard. I just select the Sanskrit, the pure Sanskrit keyboard. And then I select Done. Okay, so then once that is there, so I got, as you see, there are two keyboards installed. Then I go back, then I can open any applications, any app here, like I can use a browser or I can use WhatsApp or whatever. So for example here, wherever I can type, for example, this is like a Facebook. where I can type here wherever the keyboard appears. So at the bottom of the keyboard you see here the small globe like icon here. So if I touch that, you see the keyboard changes to Sanskrit Keyboard or Devanagari keyboard. Yeah, it also says Sanskrit at the bottom here. So if you touch that globe icon again, it goes back to English keyboard. So this is very easy and very nice keyboard also, and very easy to type. For example, if I want to type say Sanskritam only, so I touch yes, and then related to that sir or different those characters appear here, like sir, sa, si, si, etc. So there is a sum also, that the sir with anuswara, so I use that sum, I touch that sum, and then I want Sanskrit again. And the nice thing about this is you see this suggestion here. So the most commonly used words, so it starts suggesting, which is very nice. So you can just touch that word if you want, and then it appears in your that typing window. So similarly, if I want Sanskrita is there, but if I want Sanskritam, if I just to touch ma there, it puts a space between, because I selected from the suggestion. So I go back, remove that space, and touch ma, and from the keyboard there is a half ma here. So I touch that, so it becomes a Vyanjanam. So similarly, as you see here, there are some suggestions appearing here on the top here, Bharatasya, Deva Bhasha, etc. So you can start typing here. For example, if I want to type Bhavati, Bhavati, I can type from here. If I want to type Krishna, so I touch that K, and then I type Rukara. That Kru is already here on the side here, so I touch that Kru, and then there is a Shakara, Sha, and I want half Sha, so there is I touch half Sha here and Na at the bottom. So this keyboard is also arranged very nicely, because you see all the Kavarga, Ka in the column there, Ka, Kha, Ga, Kanga, Cha, Chavarga in the second column, Tavarga, and so on. And all the Avargiya Vyanjanas are at the end here, Yara, Lava, Shasha, Saha, and there is also this. And there is another important nice thing about here is, for example, if you hold down this, for example, the if you just type it once, the will appear here. But if you hold down, it will show some other options there. If you hold down that key there, it will show half the, dia, and dam. So these are some of the most frequently used letters which appear here automatically. So if I hold down dha, it shows dham with anuswara, dha with anuswara, and dha, half dha also. So these are some of the nice options which appear there. You can also, if you want to type dia, you can use the and then use this on the side half the, and also type ya, also touch ya. So that also makes it dia. But alternatively, you can hold that the, and you can get dia here. So that is a nice option which is provided there. Also, if you touch this number, the question mark 1, 2, 3 appearing at the bottom. So if you type that, if you touch that, you see different, even the digits or the numbers also appearing in Devanagari. This is another nice option here. And if you want to go back to that letters, you can go touch that go at the bottom again. So this is a very nice option. And also the lakara is also there, and One interesting thing is if you hold down on that lakara, you will even see a la here, lakara, which is a rare usage in Sanskritam, but it is still available here, which is a good thing. So that's about the different options of using this Sanskritam, the keyboard of Sanskritam on Windows PC and Android device. Okay, thank you.